Hello friends, welcome back. Now we'll see a new topic which is a task analysis. So this is a topic where you will see how a task analysis are being used for an UX designing. So let's see what else all we are going to cover in this lesson. So in this lesson we are going to learn first about the task analysis, then the purpose of task analysis, a perform when to perform a task analysis, type of task analysis, then how to conduct a task analysis, preparing to conduct a task analysis process, some examples of task analysis. So let's see one by one in details. A task analysis, first we'll see a task analysis. In this, it is the process of learning about ordinary users by observing them in action to understand in details how to perform how they perform the task and achieve their intended goals. It helps identifying the task that your website and application must support and can also help you refine or redefine your site navigation or research by determining the appropriate content scope. Like John Hackott's communication expert and Jenny Reddish, a UX consultant and writer, advised that task analysis is useful for understanding in 1998. Your user goals and what they are trying to achieve, the steps that your user currently take in order to achieve their goals, very helpful to see how they follow instructions or have diverse way to follow around problems in current practices. The personal, social, and cultural experience that user brings to their tasks, the influence of the physical environment on the users while attempting to meet a goal, a clear understanding of above factors will help you to define and frame the user's problem so that you can then ideate ways to help improve them experience. Let's see the purpose of task analysis. The book User and Task Analysis for Interface Design, John Hickos and Jenny Reddish noted that performing a task analysis helps user understanding by what your users' goals are, what they are trying to achieve, what users actually do to achieve their goals, what experience like personal, social, and cultural user brings to their tasks, how users are influenced by their physical environment, how users' previous knowledge and experience influence by how they think about their work, the workflow they follow to perform their tasks. So these are all which a book, User and a Task Analysis for Interface Design says. Then, when to perform a task analysis? Let's take a look. It's important to perform a task analysis early in your process, in particular prior to design work. Task analysis helps support several other aspects of the user-centered design process, including website requirement gathering, developing your content, strategy and site structure, wireframing and prototyping, performing usability testing. So these are the process which a user design process phase. So it's an important task analysis early in your process, like if you use UCD or if you are using HCD. So HCD stands for Human Centric Design and UCD stands for User Centric Design. So these both are the process where a website or an application needs to be requirement gathering, then the strategy, the content strategy and a site structure, then we go for wireframings and then prototyping, then the performing usability testings. Next, we'll see types of task analysis. There are several types of task analysis, but among the most common techniques used are cognitive task analysis is focused on understanding tasks that required decision making, problem solving, memory, attention, and judgment. Hierarchical task analysis is focused on decomposing a high level task subtasks. Let's see how to conduct a task analysis. A task analysis may have several levels of inquiry, from general to very specific. In addition to market research, competitive analysis and web metrics analysis, you can identify top tasks through various user research techniques. UX APIs, usability body of knowledge, breakdowns the process for decomposing a high-level task into the following steps. Let's see what are they. Identifying the task to be analyzed. Break this high-level task down into 4 to 8 subtasks. The subtrack should be specified in terms of positive and between them should cover the whole area of interest. Draw a layered task diagram of each subtask ensuring that it is complete. Produce a written account as well as the decomposition diagram. Present the analysis to someone else who has not been involved in the decomposition but who knows the task well enough to check for consistency. It's important to note that you need to decide to what level of details you are going to decompose subtasks so that you can ensure that you are consistent across the board. For example, at a bare at a bare minimum to identify task, you can simply ask user what overall task they are trying to accomplish or how they currently accomplish the task. What overall tasks are used trying to accomplish on our websites. Trying to find a nursing home near you for a elder relative. Trying to get information about options for treatment for skin cancer. Trying to sign up to receive an email noticed when a payment is due. How are users currently completing the task? People are completing the task by using a research engine, navigation through your site, using another site, through some another means. So now let's see next, preparing to conduct a task analysis process. Usability professions Courage, Reddish and Vixen in 2007 argued that task analysis is an activity based on four core principles. Let's see what are the four core principles. 1. It is an integral part of a broader analysis that includes understanding user and their environment. Task analysis include understanding user goals all through the focus, methods, graduality, and presentation of information may differ at different times. Task analysis is relevant at all stages of the design and development process. The practical reality is that task analysis for a given project depends on many factors. Breaking down these principles, you will notice that the first two advocate for a deep understanding of users, their environmentals and their goals. Since the design thinking methodology process output during each step, it's natural to accept that task analysis is a process that has to be informed by the output of the previous phase. That is, empathizing with your user during this step. You may have already taken user interview or collected data through observing how your user go about their daily lives in order to understand them better and building empathy with them. In short, you will have engaged in some user research which may result in several outputs such as user personas, scenarios, and storyboards. All three All of this data is essential for task analysis as you will base your work according to this output. Of course, just collecting any data during your research or user research is far from enough. If you plan to use task analysis or indeed many of the other tools in a UX design skill set, such as customer journey map, your data collection must be focused. Larry Mervin, a UX consultant, argues that user research should focus on collecting the following five types of data, which you will use later during the task analysis phase. Let's see what are they. 1. Trigger. What promotes user to start their task? Then, a desired outcome. How users will know when the task is completed. 4. 3. Base knowledge. What will the user be expected to know when starting the task? Required knowledge. What the users actually need to know in order to complete the task. Artifacts. What tools or information do the user utilize during the course of the task? Let's see an example of task analysis. Let's now work through an example to illustrate how you might undertake a task analysis. Assume that Rosie, a home visit doctor, needs to update the hospital's system with her where a doubt that she's left one patient to go to the next. Via text message, Rosie uses a custom device which appears to be a mobile phone but is treated for use by doctor. All she needs to do is send a short SMS like text with the words next patient to a certain number. Then, a goal 1. Send a text message to hospital systems. Sub-goals are open the message application on her mobile phone, then enter the hospital system special number, move to the next input field, type the word next patient, check the spelling because it needs to be precise for the system to accept it. Hit the send button. Exit the messaging application. If you see, here is a flowchart where it comes from top to the bottom. If you see on the top, it says that send SMS to hospital system. Then by going next, open message application. After that, we have met 5 steps which from a From the left first, enter hospital system number. Then we can type a number or we can find a number in our contact list. Then hit search icon. Begin typing in the saved number, contact name. Select from list of matching names. A sample task analysis diagram for sending a short message to the hospital system. Note how each step represents a subtask that can be broken down into further subtasks. In the upper diagram, what we had seen, you will notice that we have identified different plans about how Rosie might achieve a certain goal. In the diagram, pretty much everything except for displaying matching contact names is performed by the user. We can see that Rosie is not getting much support here. Perhaps we can interview by redesigning the device's messaging application. We can eliminate the hit search icon step by showing a list of matching contacts to Rosie as soon as she begins typing any letter or numbers in the to text input field. We could even eliminate the typing by displaying a frequently used contacts or drop down under the to field, even when Rosie has not yet typed anything. We can help Rosie spell check her message by highlighting the words that are spelled incorrectly or by causing the device to vibrate whenever a word is misspelled. In order to prevent error, we should display the send button if spelling mistakes are present in the text. We can eliminate the exit message step by automatically closing the messaging application once the message has been sent. Task analysis is one of the most powerful tools in a UX designer's skill set, as you will have undoubtedly seen. It's not hard to get to know how to do it. However, the difficult part is remembering to keep the user's perspective and resist the temptation to generate your own interpretations of the problem or to stick in bytes of design just for the sake of doing it. Remember also that task analysis is useless when it is not backed by rigorous user research. Without user research data, any effort to proceed within task analysis will be in the blind and will result in failure because you will be capturing mostly what you think the problem involves as opposed to what the user actually needs are. Remember also that task analysis is not one of process. You can repeat it on your own designs later in the process. Since design thinking is an interactive process that will eventually lead you back to the defined stage at some point. Finally, remember that like any other activity in UX design, task analysis requires time, resource, people and budget. Be sure to balance this requirement carefully and engage in the process only if you have a sufficient amount of all. So over here we had seen how the task analysis works with multiple processes. Let us see in the conclusion what else all it says. Task analysis is the process of observing customers using your product or service in real time to better understanding their process for performing certain tasks. Once completed, you can learn which tasks your application should support and what features or interface should be adjusted to align with customer needs. A task analysis can help you understand more than just which task customers can complete and how they go about doing so. Additionally, it's important to keep in mind that in this case, task analysis is being described as a method for improving a business user by taking user experience. However, this process can also be used for several other reasons, such as helping people with disability perform certain tasks and putting together training materials. So I hope you got to know what exactly and how exactly task analysis are being used in UX design. So I hope you had enjoyed the lesson. Thanks for your patience and thanks for taking this course. Thank you.